Evening, I'm Kim Jacobs, and tonight I'm going to be giving you a coronavirus update along with some things that's happening throughout the world, as well as restaurants, Starbucks, you name it, we're going to talk about it. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right in. I really enjoyed opening last night with a prayer, and so I'm going to go ahead and open with a prayer again tonight with from worldvision.org is where I'm actually reading this prayer, and it's a prayer for medical professionals, caregivers, researchers, leaders that are responsible for decisions about fighting the new coronavirus. So I'll read it. It says, Father, we seek your wisdom daily. Be with people making decisions that affect the lives and the futures of our families, communities, countries, and the wider world. Inspire and invigorate people developing better tests to diagnose the virus, vaccines to prevent the virus, and protocols and communication to eliminate the disease's spread. May the truth and empathy be the touchstones of people setting policies for our protection. And so I wanted to just open by saying, first of all, thank you to all of the medical professionals that are caring for people that are affected with the actual coronavirus, and you all are so selfless. My hat goes off to you, and my heart goes out to you for your willingness to be so selfless to take care of the needs of others when you could technically just be saying, I'm out of here. And so I really applaud you on tonight. And I say, I'm sure I'm speaking on behalf of everyone that's joining me on this evening. So as we go through, we'll talk about a wide variety of things and get right into it. As you may know, Italy has more than 31,000 confirmed cases at this point. The US has more than 5,000 cases of confirmed coronavirus. And this is according to the New York Times database. Everywhere I get my research and my sources, I want to make sure I share it with you, because what I've done is just gone through and identified all of the information that I can find. Not all, because it would take days to update you on everything, but I'm giving you bite-sized pieces of some relevant information so you can have a one-stop shop. Now, this information I said came from the New York Times database, and 5,000 US confirmed cases earlier today. St. Patrick's Day obviously was, a lot of the parades were canceled, and that was obviously due to the large number of people that will be congregating throughout the country. The Marriott hotel chains are closing hotel properties around the world. This is going to start to impact people where they're trying to find even places to stay when they're traveling back home. The Marriott hotels have decided to close their facilities worldwide. Symptoms, we talked about this the last time. Make sure you know that some of the symptoms include runny nose, it includes sore throat, cough, fever, pneumonia, and difficulty breathing. If you're experiencing those symptoms, make sure you communicate with your physician right away and let the physician know that you want to be tested for coronavirus. And the reason I say that is nobody wants to be sideswiped when it comes to you coming to your physician and they're not prepared, thinking that you're just coming for a regular well visit or whatever, when in fact you know that you're having symptoms from coronavirus. And if that's the case, make sure you articulate that to your physician so they're prepared when you actually arrive. President Trump instructed, and the man's name, I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, but Mr. Mnuchin, if I'm not mistaken, to allow for the deferment of tax payments. I thought this would be something that would be interesting to you all, especially from a balance perspective. Anytime you're talking about deferring tax payments, interest-free and penalty-free for 90 days. I'm not sure if you all knew this, but when I came across it, I was like, that's information my audience needs to know. People can defer up to $1 million, and corporations can defer up to $10 million in payments. The Treasury Secretary said that this would inject an additional $300 billion in the economy. So people, let me say what I was hearing earlier. People definitely should file your taxes so that you can get the return back as quickly as possible, the refund back as quickly as possible. And what they were saying is that with the amount of money that's going to be freed up from this deferment is going to give people a better chance of getting their refunds quickly. So make sure you keep that in mind. And I see that several of you are joining. Welcome. And I'm glad to have you on the broadcast this evening. Anytime you come and be a part of the Kim Jacobs Show, I truly appreciate it. I can't have a show if I don't have anybody watching. So thank you so much. Please make sure you also subscribe on YouTube to my actual show there and turn on your notifications so that you can be able to be notified whenever I do come on live. This next source came from CNN, and Dr. Anthony Fauci, F-A-U-C-I, Director of National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease. He says you can get rid of the symptoms and even feel much better, but at the end of the day, you could still be sharing the virus because it's not completely gone. That's important to know. You could be feeling significantly better and saying, you know, well, at this point, I'm back to being back in general population and I can go ahead and hang out with everyone because I'm feeling better than I was before when I first found out my symptoms. Don't be tricked. According to what Dr. Fauci is saying, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, but what he's saying is that you still need to actually get 2 consecutive tests that are negative, that are separated by 24 hours, even after you're feeling better, before you can consider yourself to be symptom-free and allowed to be able to go back into the general population, okay? Again, I wanna make sure I reiterate that you can very, very well feel as if your symptoms are better and now it's time to invite family and friends over for a celebration because you got over the whole coronavirus. But in fact, you really should have 2 negative test results that officially are negative at least 24 hours apart before you can consider yourself safe to be with other people. He believes that COVID-19 will actually come to a peak in approximately 45 days. And that was the first documentation that I heard anyone say when they felt it would like climax, and he felt that it would actually peak out and in the next 45 days. And so that was good information that I thought I would share with you as well. Senator Mitt Romney actually, and you know, he's of Utah, proposes that every adult gets a check for $1,000. This is his proposal. He wants to make sure that every U.S. citizen gets an actual check for $1,000, every adult. So if you have 2 adults in your household, then that would be $2,000. If you have 3 adults in your household, that would be $3,000. Every single adult is what he's proposing. And Andrew Yang, which was the presidential candidate, wants to give every American $1,000 checks per month. Every single month, he's proposing that Americans get an actual check for $1,000. Those are some things that I came across too that I thought would be good to know what is going to be the formal outcome and see what the end's going to be. And I'm sure everyone will want to know what the end's going to be when that happens. And as soon as I find out, I will share it. How many of you want me to share that? I bet you do, right? For sure. Do you know that Amazon is actually limiting their shipments from third-party sellers? So big, like the FBA, I don't know if you're familiar with that, but a lot of the organizations that they work with that are doing like drop shipments and things through Amazon, they're going to be suspending those third-party sellers as well as larger vendor shipments through major like business-to-business selling. Those are all things that's going to be suspended definitely until April 5th, according to Amazon. Now, this is right from Amazon's website, due to the coronavirus. And the reason is because they want to free up the opportunity to be able to get medical supplies out more quickly. They also want to be able to get, like, it was a laundry list of things that they want to make sure that they can get to people into hospitals and places in a timely fashion versus having to deal with the business-to-business sales. And that was some critical information to know, especially if you are part of the FBA program through Amazon. Make sure that you duly note that. This will allow Amazon to ship household staples, medical supplies, and other high-demand products. The suspension disables the creation of new inbound shipments for FBA members and retail vendors, those business-to-business clients. So a lot of people this will impact, so make sure that you know that. Governor Roy Cooper in North Carolina, and I say some of the North Carolina stuff because it impacts me and people that I know locally, ordered not just locally, all throughout the state of North Carolina. But Governor Roy Cooper actually ordered that all restaurants and bars close beginning at 5 p.m. Each evening. So every day, starting at 5 p.m., the bars, the restaurants are going to be closed for dine-in. Let's be very clear. You can still get your to-go food as long as you do it through the drive-through, or you can also get it if it's like delivery, but you cannot go and dine in after 5 p.m. in the state of North Carolina. And this is also the case in many other states as well. So make sure that you check your local page to be able to find out what your governor is saying and what's happening in your area. I'll continue to provide stuff that's going on throughout the nation as well. But let me continue with some North Carolina news. University of North Carolina, Charlotte is closing beginning Friday. All students are going to online courses, and Friday is when they will actually clear out of their dorm rooms. So make sure you are aware that come Friday, all of the students that are at UNCC will have their dorm rooms cleared out. So that's when students are being advised to come and get ready, get everything out, because they're done for the whole semester. They're going to just go to online learning for the rest of the semester. And not every school had made that decision, but UNCC has definitely done that. Also, Carolina Medical Center and the NECMC facilities, they actually have now started drive-through testing. And I found out from some very reliable sources that the drive-through testing began on last evening. So now you can pull up to the facility and get your testing, but it's a major backlog of people that are waiting for these tests to take place. So keep in mind that you do have a drive-through option in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. Let me see. Is any of this information helpful? I mean, again, these are not all from one site. This is information that's from a wide array of sites. Many of us are concerned about the different celebrities that have contracted coronavirus. And oh man, Kevin Durant, I think my son, I didn't go and research this, but I think one of my sons said that, I don't want to say a name and then it's not accurate, so I don't want to say that. But I know that Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, obviously Tom Hanks, we all know him from Forrest Gump and It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood type of thing, and his wife Rita Wilson, they have contracted coronavirus. I do know that they're home now. They're not no longer in isolation and being hospitalized, but they are home and recovering. So keep that in mind and keep them in prayer. Idris Elba, we all love Idris Elba. I mean, everybody that has ever seen his acting knows that he is a force to be reckoned with, and we're like, go Idris, you know, we're like, yay. So anyway, he's contracted coronavirus, and keep him in prayer. Alam Hiju, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but the Game of Thrones. Everybody who watches the Game of Thrones knows about Alam, and Alam has contracted coronavirus. Rachel Matthews, who was one of the voiced Northuldra, member of Honey Marin, I don't know all this stuff, but anyway, it's Frozen 2. So from Frozen 2 actually is self-quarantining right now because she has tested positive with coronavirus. So these are just some of the celebrities that have been announced as of today and yesterday. Several of them were announcing on Instagram and Twitter that they do have coronavirus. So keep these celebrities, and keep, even if it's non-celebrity people, it does not matter, any person that is contracted this disease, please keep them in prayer, because they don't want to obviously be dealing with this, and nor did they ever anticipate or even think that this is even a possibility in their lives, but it's real and it's happening. So please keep them and their families, especially because they can't totally isolate themselves from all of their family members. So they have to be creative in doing that, especially if you're a mom or a dad or uncle and or grandmom, and you have all of these people that are in your family unit. Now you have to figure out how you're going to remove yourself from the family so that the rest of the family does not get this disease. And that is a very challenging thing to do. And it takes a lot of teamwork, a lot of family communication and planning, and who's going to watch who while you go through this self-quarantine process. So it's sometimes easy when you hear people say, oh, this person has it, that person has it, that person has it. But again, me, from a balanced perspective, talking about it, I'm talking about it from the fact that these are families, real people with real children, and they have to figure out how they're going to maneuver, have someone care for their children while they are self-quarantined. So keep that in mind as you pray for these families, that it's not just impacting them, but it's impacting a whole lot of other people, including their animals. So even the pets are impacted, because you can't be around your family pet if you have coronavirus, because that can pass to the animal. So again, from a balanced perspective, you need to self-quarantine even from your family animals. And the world's largest Starbucks in Chicago is closing indefinitely beginning tomorrow. They said, they made an announcement, it's on Starbucks website, that this came after the Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker. All restaurants and bars were to cease dine-in as of Monday, 9 p.m. So as a result of that decision being made, the Starbucks there decided to officially close its doors indefinitely. And they don't know when they're going to open again, but the point is, make sure that you know that that's happening. And if you want a full list of all of the bars, all of the coffee shops that's closing throughout the Chicago area, that's listed right on, the ChicagoTribune.com is where I got that information from, ChicagoTribune.com. Now, I did notify people on my page, because I'm getting access to other resources and I'm sharing it on my page. There are schools, and this is throughout literally everywhere, that are offering students an opportunity to come in and get a breakfast, lunch, and even a meal that they can take home for dinner, because so many children are depending upon the schools to provide their food. And with the schools being closed, they don't have any way of being able to be consistently fed. If their parents are working and they're home, what are they to do? So I'm very grateful that the schools are still willing to provide an opportunity for the children to receive a meal in the morning. They give them an afternoon lunch, and they also give them a meal to take home. That's a blessing from God. For people to do that, that's just like something that you don't take for granted. And that we're very grateful that schools throughout the country are willing to do this. So make sure you know what hours they're willing to do it too, because the hours are different in each state. So make sure you look at your local listings for that. Oh, USA Today. I thought this was kind of cute. 100 things to do while you're stuck in the house dealing with the coronavirus, and not you being infected with the coronavirus, but during this whole coronavirus pandemic and crisis and what's happening, what you can do, 100 things that you can do with your family, your loved ones, while you are dealing with this whole crisis that the whole world is dealing with. And I'm not going to share all 100. You can go to usatoday.com and you can see the full list. I'm just going to share 7 of them. 1 was complete a puzzle, just a basic puzzle. 2, start blogging or start journaling. That's something good anybody can do. Number 3, play an instrument. If you can play, I could go back and start playing my clarinet. And, you know, I could do that, but nobody probably wants to hear that. Number 4, watch movies. Catch up on all of the movies that you have missed, and now it's time to catch up. All that DVR stuff, got it going. You can do that. Meditate and pray. Write letters to your family. Oh, my face is starting to sweat. Sorry. Give me a second here. Having a little bit of a hot flash. Ooh. My age is I wouldn't be able to do nobody knew. They'd be like, whoa, she had a hot flash right in the middle of the thing. Yes, Lord, I have to stop and wipe. Okay, watch movies, meditate, write letters to your family members. This is a great time to just spend some time bonding and writing letters. It can be love letters to your spouse, and if you're some spouses are still trying to get home and they're not able to get to their spouse and they're out long distance, you can write letters to each other. Some people are in the military and their spouses in the military and they're here, wherever the case may be. You can just write just gentle notes of fondness of, hey, I'm missing you, loving you as a family member or friend. Go through family photos. You can also clean out a closet or clean different parts. I don't even know if that's on the list. This is stuff I would say do actually as the balance doctor that's in my book. But make sure that you can check out those 100 things to do during the coronavirus if you're stuck in the house. Now, I wanted to give a big shout out to CWA Prestige Worldwide LLC, because they donated to Gabes Heart Foundation. And as a result of that, several people will be getting a monetary blessing from Gabes Heart Foundation as a result of the donation that came from CWA Prestige Worldwide LLC. And so I want to say thank you formally to this organization for providing a donation and partnering with Gabes Heart Foundation to allow us to be able to serve some people that are in need. And I know that Sean Hall put the video out earlier today. So if you look on my Facebook page, or if you go to Gabes Heart Foundation's Facebook page, you'll see the video and what she said to send, so we can be fair and who gets the funds. I'm going to make sure everybody gets the funds, so I'm quite excited about it and can't wait for you to be one of the recipients. So go ahead and make sure you comply with whatever it is that Sean put in that video, and she gives you the criteria, and then we'll go ahead and get those funds to you as quickly as possible. And share your Cash App name as well, because that's how I will be sending the funds. Instead of, at first I thought about maybe going to get gift cards, but then we'd have to meet, and it's a lot of different nuances, and you may not be here in Charlotte, wherever I am in North Carolina, and somebody else. So I thought it could be anybody that could be able to benefit from this nationwide. And so this is the best way to do it. And I hope you appreciate that. So if you want to donate to Gabes Heart Foundation, please make sure you Cash App Gabes Heart. It's the $ Gabes Heart, or you can go to gabesheartfoundation.org, or you can also call Cassandra Davis, and her phone number is 704-620-2786, and she'll take any kind of credit card donation or that you'd like to provide. All right, I hope that the tips that I've shared with you today have been helpful. If you have questions or specific information that you'd like for me to share tomorrow, please let me know and I'll be happy to do it. I put a video out about how you can shop at the dollar store and really make your money stretch. So go and look at my video there on YouTube. I also put a video about stocking up and the bulk shopping. A lot of the different places, like it was Costco and Sam's Club, they have billboards that tell you exactly what they're out of. It literally, they put it right out in the front so that when you come in, you already know what is not in the building. And Restaurant Depot is a place I know in the North Carolina area. They are still fully stocked with quite a few things, meats and rice and all kinds of things. So if that's something that you're looking for, who still has some things, guess what? They still have some things. I know that in North Carolina, starting tomorrow morning, various stores are going to be opening 1 hour sooner for some of the elderly population. So keep that in mind too, and check with your local grocery stores to determine if your local grocery stores will be opening 1 hour in advance. And that's exclusive for elderly people to come in and do their own shopping, so that they're not in with the rest of the crowd that's going to come in when the store opens. So it's some pretty phenomenal things that people and companies and organizations are doing to go to extremes during these critical times to show compassion for people. And I'm proud to be a part of the American society. I'm proud because as I'm getting to see the compassion that so many people have towards people that they don't even know, towards strangers, it's mind-blowing. And so not everybody out in the world is bad and have bad intentions. I mean, don't get me wrong, in everything there's always something that people do that's bad. But there are some really good people too that's trying to do some great things to give a helping hand. I saw on, I don't even know what website this was, but it was actually like a group of maybe church members or community members that came together, and they were passing out eggs and bread and like just little bags of groceries, and people were just driving through. And I don't remember the exact site. I do so much research when I'm sharing this information with you. But that blew me away. I said, oh my God, look at these people. They're being so compassionate. People are setting up stations out in different community venues and giving out sandwiches and food to the community. Different food banks in your actual area. Most of the churches have the food banks, as well as other food. Like I know in the Charlotte area, it's actually Second Harvest and Loaves and Fishes. They have food banks, and people are giving the food to the community members free of charge. So check with your local food bank too to find out if you can come and pick up a box for your family. They're willing to help you. And check with your local, like Medicaid office, or like Department in North Carolina's Department of Health and Human Services, and find out if they're doing anything special with you. If you're a person that's receiving those kind of benefits, ask questions, because there's so much that people are trying to do to help curtail the situation right now. All evictions and foreclosures have been put on hold. That's something that was something that I learned either yesterday or earlier this morning. That's a big deal too, to know that your eviction or foreclosure is going to be held at bay until this whole coronavirus thing blows over is a blessing. So let's look at some of these things that, for what they really are, the blessings that they really are. They are true blessings. Whenever God touches the government's heart and people's hearts to be able to say, you know what, we're going to give free sandwiches. We're going to give free meals to children. Oh, also Spectrum. I got to find that phone number for you. Spectrum. This is something I was talking to somebody earlier today, and there are a lot of college students that are now going home, but they don't have the internet. And even children that are getting out of the different public schools. Let me find this for you. They're going home, but they don't have internet at home, so they're not able to go to the online classes that are being required, which is causing them to get behind in their studies. So let me see if I can find. Okay, so if students don't have access to the internet, they can call 1-844, let me write this. I hope I don't click off. 1-844-488-8398. And that's Spectrum. And they are willing to give free internet access to students that don't have internet access as they're transitioning home from colleges and from public school situations and going to the online learning. So there are all kinds of people that are willing to help. So make sure you take advantage of the resources and be grateful for the resources. If you have to hold a little longer, be nice to the people, because first of all, they don't even have to do this stuff, but for the fact that they're doing this is just commendable. So, be kind to the people that are on the other end that's taking your call. And if it's taking a little bit longer than what you anticipated, don't give them the business. Just be nice to them if possible. So I hope I helped some people today with the one-stop shop of coming here and getting these updates. If you want some more updates on how to wash your hands properly, I told you, make sure that you're scratching your fingers. And this is all stuff I've learned. This is not me telling you my own way of doing it. It's information that I've researched that I'm sharing with you. Make sure that you're scratching your fingers into the palm of your hand when you have the soap, and then you actually squeeze your thumbs with the soap and your forefingers with the soap, okay? Then you wash it. It takes 20 seconds. Make sure that you're doing that properly. And these are all things that I've learned that I think are quite helpful to me, so I hope they are helpful to you as well. Help somebody that's elderly. Just give them a call, check on them, see if you can deliver a package to them, whether it be toilet paper, paper towels, if you can find some of these things. Some things are just flat out gone, but bottles of water, they may just need some eggs, whatever it is that they need. Try to see if you can help somebody elderly that may not be able to get out. If you can just get it there, still honoring the social distancing, which is 6 feet apart. Even if you're a Christian I'm a Christian, I believe wholeheartedly in my Lord and my Savior, Jesus Christ, but I also believe in abiding by the laws of the land. And if they're telling us to make sure we honor social spacing, then let's do that. And let's not have any problems with it. All right. I hope I helped you today, and I will talk with you again soon. If there's any emergency update that I find out, I'll make sure I come back on. If not, I'll be back on at some point tomorrow. Did anybody have any questions at all? Okay, I want to make sure that I don't just chime off yesterday. Okay, hi, how are you, Mother Wandra? Okay, oh, it's a lot of people on here. Oh, LaShondra Hill, if you have credit repair issues and want to know how to get your credit repaired, make sure you reach out to LaShondra Hill, who's on here. Mother Wandra Audrey, hi. Kimberly Frank, hey, Kimberly, that's from back in the day, 757. Sean Hall was on doing a video with Gabes Heart Foundation earlier, so make sure you check that video out. It's on Gabes Heart Foundation Facebook page, as well as on my personal page, Kim Jacobs, on Facebook, and it tells you how you can be considered for the donation that was given today by CWA Prestige Worldwide LLC. They donated to Gabes Heart Foundation, and we're going to make sure that those funds get to you guys. Those that have a need, make sure you express your need, and let's see if we can get those funds to you. Alexis Jacobs, hi, and Jamila Mason. Oh, Jamil Mason, how you doing? And Patricia Arlene, I don't have my glasses. I don't know why I'm yelling out some names, but I'm like this on the screen because I don't have my glasses on. Okay, anyway, so Donna Jernigan. Oh, Donna did my photo that you guys see everywhere. When you see that one photo where my hair is bigger, Donna Jernigan did that. Gwen Thompson, hello. And Ada, how are you? Elder Josie, how are you? Elder Lamont Josie, okay. Even see, Elder Josie, see, even that, I did that off key. I told you had to help me learn how to sing, but nobody wants to work with me, I tried to do that with on key, but I still was off key. Anyway, how you doing? Vangelique, Karen Watson, William Turner, Benita Jackson, congratulations. I found out you just recently had a new addition to your family, so excited for you. Lydia Best with the jewelry, and all of you that have joined in today. And as much as we can, let's just try to keep our wits about us, stay positive in the midst of chaos. This is sometimes difficult to do, but I'm just a big believer that God will not put more on us than we can bear. So if it's on us for some reason, it's able to be, we can bear it. We can make it through. And God knows how to do that. He knows how to equip us with everything that we need during difficult times to be able to still keep our wits about us and to be able to be a blessing to the world. So I hope that I'm being a blessing to you even in the midst of a difficult topic. And I absolutely, absolutely love serving people in any capacity, actually, so I'm so grateful. And make sure you tune in to the Kim Jacobs Show on YouTube. Turn on your notifications, subscribe, tell your friends, and all that good stuff. I'll talk to you guys soon, and have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.